Prometheus. Questions will be answered. Alright, so Prometheus starts out as this crew is aboard a ship called the Prometheus, hence the name, Prometheus. So they're going to this unknown planet where they think there is life. They're planning to discover the creation of man, why we are significant, why were we created, why were we left alone. Alright, so the beginning scene, as you see in the trailer, I'm not going to spoil or fill this review, but you've seen it, so starts out as this creator guy, the engineer guy. He's sitting there and he basically falls over and dies in a waterfall, and then you get a genetic code which eventually creates life somehow, and yeah, there you go. There's the beginning of the plot of Prometheus. Crazy, huh? Yeah, it's kind of weird. So then the crew loads up on all their ATVs and mountain trekking vehicles, and they go off to this cave. And inside the cave, they find things. I'm not going to spoil or fill all this stuff, but they find some stuff. And Mr. David, Mr. Robot Man filled with 2% milk, he decides to take one of these things back to the ship. And this is where the plot sets off. Now David, he takes this thing and he's like, I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to do something very, very bad. So the crew splits up. 2 of them go this way and the other 4 or 5, I don't remember how many they are, they go another way. And they end up making it back, and there's a sandstorm and blah blah blah. Not gonna spoil the plot for you, but yeah, the sandstorm has an effect. And then the 2 guys are left there, and well, yeah, they're gonna find some stuff, and stuff's gonna happen. And I'm not gonna spoil or fill it, go see the movie for yourself, but that's what happens. You get the classic split up. What really got me here is, these are some of the best scientists on Earth. These people are trained, they know what they're doing, or at least they're supposed to. Okay, they walk in the thing for 2 minutes and they're like, hey, do you think we can breathe in here? Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, they pop the helmets off within like 2 minutes and they're like, I can breathe! Yeah, why? You shouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't take it off even if you could breathe. What if you encounter a thing, which you do, and then, yeah. Stupid scientist. One of the main questions that's been going around with Prometheus is, does it answer some questions? And in my opinion, yeah, it does answer some questions, but it leaves more questions than it answers, if you get me. Like, it answers one question, which actually leads to 2 others. Like, well, I know how this happened now, but what? How did that come in? How do they do that? That makes no sense. Where did that thing come from? And yet the people go and they find this thing, and then it turns into this thing, and where did that come from? Oh, well, it eventually becomes that. Oh, I get that, but what? Then it got what? Yeah, there's some confusing parts in this movie that doesn't really make sense. But the plot in general, I thought it was a pretty good plot, in my opinion. It was interesting for the most part. The movie definitely has some cool scenes to it. It does have some stupid ones. As you've seen in the trailer, that big ship is crashing down, and they're running right in the middle of the shadow, you know. They're just running. I'm gonna die! You're not gonna die. Just run sideways like 20 feet and you'll be fine. But they don't, and, well, no spoilers there. You'll have to watch it and see what happens. But they run inside of the shadow, and again with the scientist thing, you're supposed to be smart, people! Smart, you need common sense. But the acting in this movie, the acting was decent. I really thought the acting was okay in this movie. You know, David, he does a good job. Shaw, her actor's good as well. I thought it was a good, decent movie. That's one of the main good things about this movie, is just the unknown feeling of it. I mean, they're on this unknown planet, they're looking for the creation of life, they're looking for answers, and yes, they do find some, but the movie really has the cliffhanger ending. I'm not going to explain it, of course, but yeah, you do get a cliffhanger, and you're like, man, I thought we were going to answer some questions, but no, you're leaving some more. You answered 2 and left 12. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. But I think the movie is definitely setting up for its sequel, Prometheus 2, or whatever it's going to be called, and that's going to lead on to be the prequel of Alien. Now, I don't think this movie is exactly a prequel to Alien. I mean, it has some elements and some things, but it's not really a true prequel. I mean, it's not on the same planet. You don't have the alien in it. You're not going to see a bunch of alien in this movie. So I don't really think it's a true prequel, although it does have those elements, but it's not really. It's just not. Alright, so final impressions of Prometheus. Did I think it was a cool movie? Yeah, it had some cool scenes. Was the acting good? Yeah, I thought the acting was decent. Did it have a cool plot? Yeah, the plot was pretty cool, but it didn't answer as many questions as I thought it would, but the sequel probably will, so it's one of those movies that sets the stage for the next one, which is kind of a bummer at the time, but looking back on it in 5 years, Yeah, we needed to see that movie. So Prometheus, I'm going to say it's a good movie to watch with your friends. It's a good popcorn flick, and I would buy it on DVD. Blu-ray, maybe. I might. I'm not going to go and see it, 3 times in the theater, and I'm not going to... No, it's not completely beast. It's just a decent movie. So Prometheus, what do you think of it? Prequel, non-prequel? Answer a lot of questions, leave a lot of questions. Leave me a comment below and let me know. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more awesome movie reviews. This is my first one. Cut me some slack. Better ones coming towards you. And as always, be awesome.